203. It says, hey, there's a newer version. I don't care. Don't bother upgrading. Nothing's broke, so don't do it. Sorry. For plain text, depending on, let's say you want to do a simple sign for the washers or the dryers at Brook Point, it doesn't matter. You don't need to make things very big. So when you get your first thing you want to do is make your mat size,
which is your grid,
which is your general grid in the outline, so you have a good view of it. You know, close to just maybe a couple inches larger than what you think your project's going to be or your space available. So for instance, we're going to do,
say it's a 4 foot by 2 foot area.
Exactly.
4 feet across, 2 feet high.
So we'll change this by 24 and 48. 4 foot, 2 foot. Okay, there's our 4 foot by 2 foot grid. We want to do lettering. We just go up here to the text bar, choose what you want to type or cut. Well, for instance, we got a ticket we can do. How's that?
Yeah, there you go. There's a ticket we can do. Let's do that.
All payments applied after 3 p.m. must be applied next business day. Now, unfortunately, there is no copy-paste option. So, you can't do that in text, which sucks on this program. So
there's no spell check either, correct?
There is no spell check, so make sure double check your crap before cutting. Check twice, cut once.
Now, obviously, this is going to go on a rent box, so it's going to be much smaller dimensions, which we can go back and change the mat size. So leave that all one line, and then we'll see what happens when we change the size.
Next business day.
So let's do 2 inches high by 8 inches across. If we change the mat size, see what that happens.
Okay, we're going to go back up to the cutter. Mat size, custom mat size. What would you say it was?
2 inches high by probably 8 inches wide.
Say we're about 2 by 8. Obviously does not fit.
Obviously does not fit.
No.
So can you go back to your text and...
Well, what we're going to do before you change the side, I'll show you a better way of doing it. Let's go ahead and go back to the 20 by 20 just for shits and giggles. Because it stays in the center of the piece. We're going to go ahead and select that, drag it all the way up to the top. Right now we know it's about 1 inch by quite a bit. We're going to go ahead and shrink this down close.
And your measurements are given on that. There's a ruler up there, right?
Yeah, there's a ruler here showing the over dimensions of everything that I have selected. So now we have that up there, we're going to put it top left, top here. Then we're going to go ahead and change our mat size to 2 by 8. Right?
Yeah, sure. That's close. I'm not sure if it's exactly
2 by 2. Wrong way. I do that every time. Okay. 2 by 8. Still, we don't have it fitting in there, so we're going to have to make this a little smaller or stretch and skew it a little bit more.
Or do we just make it 2 separate?
We can make it 2 separate lines. Okay, right now, that's obviously very small to keep it all aspect ratio in place.
So right now that grid shows 2 inches. That whole grid area, the white area, is 2 inches high. So that would make those letters very tiny.
Exactly. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this whole thing. Since everything's considered to be an image, you can't just simply hit turn or return or go to a next line or split it up. You actually have to treat it as it's an image. So we're going to ungroup it in general, and then we're going to create a second group. Drag this over here. Drag that over there. So that looks a little closer to where we might be able to stretch and skew it to make it a little bit better. So we're going to take each one as an individual image and regroup it, so that the letters don't get individually skewed or messed up. And then we can take this and just simply stretch it out to the way we want it to be.
No, obviously that doesn't keep aspect ratio.
No, it does not. When you stretch and skew, the aspect ratio is completely changed. So now we got it fit into our square, so it would look halfway decent. The letters will be an average of about 1 inch in height, just under per one. If we want to make sure, it doesn't matter if this is centered so much as far as up and down because it's the vinyl, but we're going to do that so that it's centered across the
So it's basically how to stretch and skew and make a smaller cut fit in a smaller location. Okay, thank you.
That'd be simple.